on. If he gets tearful, that's okay. We've all been there, okay? So I'm glad to have him here. So.
All right, I want to thank everyone, number one, for being here. First of all, I don't eat chicken wings, ribs, or cry in public. So, I might break one of these rules. But this is the first... Oh, good Lord.
Like Bingo Sunday.
This is basically the first time that I've ever been able to express my story, and I'm going to try to make it through it, and I'm going to do the best I can. Basically, my name is John Hickey. I'm 41 years old. I'm divorced after a 10-year marriage. I have 2 children. I have a 17-year-old daughter and a 15-year-old son. I'm here with the Malicki's Pub team. Number one, thank you guys. You guys are great. And I am living with AIDS. I was diagnosed in November 2008. I hadn't been tested regularly. When my family and friends dragged me to the hospital, my doctor told me I had several opportunistic infections. My CD4 was 16, and my viral load was close to 1 million. When I was released from the hospital, I didn't have medical insurance. I applied for help through the state, but some of us know it's a slow process, and time was critical. My doctor recommended I get in touch with Sacred Heart. I'd never heard of them before. My case manager at Sacred Heart helped me apply for a program to get my meds as soon as possible. I couldn't afford a $3,000 a month. At that point, my life was in their hands, and they saved it, to be honest with you. I got tested back in 1999, found out I was negative, and put it out of my mind, like a lot of us do. I always felt well, had an active social life, and was happy. Well, over the years, we all make bad decisions, and I had made some bad decisions. Fast forward 2008. I was ill, and my doctors estimated that I've been carrying the virus for a few years, at least, and were discussing hospice with me at that particular time, which is the hardest thing to tell your children. And if I had been tested regularly and diagnosed earlier, things would have went completely different. I was always afraid to find out, thought I had been careful, and was afraid of how it would affect my life. I know we all have regrets in our past, but I have to live with the fact that if I would have been tested earlier, I wouldn't have to take about 30 pills a day, to be honest with you. It's not a pleasant experience. And the fact that the time that I had with my family, my children, and my partner could be shortened. We all know that our life could end tomorrow, but I put myself at risk with my loved ones, and I have shortened possibly that time. Don't make the same mistakes I made. Get tested regularly. That's what Sacred Heart is for. It's anonymous and it's free. And now I have to change pages. They're there to help those infected with HIV or AIDS. Finally, I would like to thank every one of you who have chosen to be here today to support this cause. I know it means a lot for me and probably for a lot of us in the group. I'd like to thank my doctors. I have Dr. Charnot and Dr. Stewart. I'd like to thank Sacred Heart for all they've done for me. I'd like to thank Tom for letting me speak and tell my story. And finally, I need to thank the Malicki's team. We may be the island of misfits. I don't know if y'all have ever been down to Malicki's. We have a good time, and we're here for a reason. But Malicki's Pub has been there for me. You guys have been there for me, my family, my children, and you guys have become a part of my family in the process, and I thank you all. That's all I got.